Hey, I wanted to make this video to explain to you how I lost over 50 pounds in 17 weeks. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and share my computer screen so you can see. Here's the deal with the Fitbit, where you could see where I started at 214.3 pounds on August the 6th, and then on November the 29th of 2017, I ended up getting down to 163.1 pounds. So that's a total loss of 51.2 pounds, and that equals to 3 pounds per week. You can see right here what I looked at 214, and you can see what I looked at 163. Well, what I did was I accomplished this with getting a Fitbit. I was a Nike. I had the sensor in my shoe for a few years, and I had a Nike Fuel Band, and I used that, but I never kept track of what I was eating. So what I ended up doing is, the more exercise I did, the more eating I did. So I kind of had fun eating a lot. That's what I did. So anyway, I got the Fitbit Band. I got that on July 15th, and I wore it about 3 weeks in order for me to get kind of used to it. And then I went ahead and got my scale. This is the the Fitbit area scale. And what happens is when you weigh yourself with your bare feet, it sends it. It goes ahead and sends it over to the app so that you have it. Okay, so I had that on August the 6th, and then later down the road on September 7th, I ended up getting my food scale so I could weigh everything that I was consuming. So when it was all said and done, basically I was burning something like 35 to 3,700 calories of walking approximately 10 to 12 miles a day, and I was climbing stairs pretty much 20 to 25 sets of stairs a day. And if you take the total calories minus the calories that I was consuming, I was about 1,500 calories a day. So I had a difference of about 2,000 to 2,200 calories a day, and that's what made it possible for me to lose 3 pounds a week for 17 weeks. You can see this photo right here with my son. We're at Sam's Club eating a hot dog. Just because I was on this diet didn't mean I couldn't eat what I wanted. I basically kept my protein, my carbs, and my fat in line. I tried to keep my protein at 20%. I tried to keep my fat under 30% and carbs about 50. So here I am. I'm having a hot dog with my son. That was 6 weeks into the program. I have this deal here that kind of tells you what the average Fitbit guy has. Basically goes to bed at 11:36, wakes up at 7:17, and gets about 6 hours and 38 minutes a day. That's the average Fitbit user. One thing I do advise, if you can do the American Heart Association Heart Walk, that's a good deal. Walking is so good for you. I'm telling you, walking, that's what it's all about. You don't need a gym. Walking upstairs or climbing upstairs will make it happen. NuVal was a company that actually gave nutritional value of different foods, and I used that right before I got into this. Then you can see the smart label. I'm going to go ahead and get my desktop up a little bit. Oh, went too high. Hold on just a second there. There's the smart label. Anything you can see with a smart label, go ahead and grab it if you can. Right down here, you'll see what the smart label looks like. This is the Frontera skillet meal from ConAgra, and they have the smart label, and you can just scan it, and it'll give you all the information, nutritional value, ingredients, and it'll give you allergens and all that kind of stuff. So it's a good thing to look for when you're going through things. A little past halfway into the situation, I got a chance to be on Beach Bites with Katie Lee, and I had to eat an Oreo cheesecake pop during the deal. It was Pop Brothers out of Gulfport. Was being interviewed by Katie Lee, and I did my best to go ahead and take care of 3 of these pops. They're on the high side on the calories, but I really enjoyed doing that. Then you'll see toward the end of my diet. Well, this is really at the end. This is when I got into the 163-pound range. Here I am. I'm still eating Nathan's hot dogs on the weekend. with my son Calvin. And then now, if you get everything in line, then you could go to the Sweet and Snacks Expo and enjoy yourself. That's got everything that you could about imagine as far as snacks are concerned. I'm going to go down with this desktop a little more. What I did was um, 4 months after the deal was over, I went ahead and ran my numbers, and everything came out pretty good. My glucose was in the 70s. My BMI was at 22. It started out at 29.9, and then my cholesterol was I think it's 159. My HDL was at the highest level that it ever was. So all this work really helped out quite a bit. During the time period, I just want to show you some of the things I ran across. Oh, there I go again, passing it up. When you live in South Louisiana, you run into a lot of crawfish. There's a lot of casino buffets that have crab. These are, these items are high in sodium, but they're not high in calories, so I enjoy eating that. In South Louisiana, you run into your share of fried shrimp po' boys. I know they're not the greatest health-wise, but they sure do taste good, and I've had a few. Crawtators, crawfish-flavored potato chips, that worked out for me. 150 calories per 28 grams. I've weighed a lot of bowls of 28 grams of chips, for a snack. Same thing with the cashews. Cashews are high in calories, but they're good for you, so I did my share there. Raisins are on the healthy side. They have a high Nuval score. I think it's something like 87, so it's a real good item. So I went ahead and ate enough of that. In New Orleans, you run into beignets. If you go to Sam's, you run into brownie brittle. That's a good item if you've never tried it. I run into cookie dough all the time. This is from San Clemente Cookie Dough out of California. Michael Dove is the guy there. And if you do enough work, you could have some cookie dough. I know I drank too many Diet Cokes during the time period, but that's what I did. Got my caffeine there. But one thing I did realize is that it's very, very important to get as much water as you possibly can, and that's what I did during those 17 weeks. And sometimes you got to look forward to eating a hamburger, and in this case, this is an In-N-Out double burger, and I really look forward to eating that every once in a while. And who can pass up cheesecake? This is Eli's cheesecake. I got to get a slice every once in a while. And then what about Krispy Kreme? No matter where you live, you're going to run into Krispy Kreme. Yes, they're 190 calories per donut, and they disappear pretty quick, but I've had my share. If you live in the South, you're going to run into Bluebell ice cream. This is my favorite one, pecans, pralines, and cream. And, of course, you're going to run into pralines. Those are great. I just happen to live real close to the best king cake baker in the world, and that's Randazzo's out in Metairie, Louisiana. And one of the things that I did during the time period was I ate jelly beans. These jelly beans are 10 jelly beans for 38 calories, and that's Gimbel's out of San Francisco, and that was a good treat. My favorite one is buttered popcorn and cinnamon. Those are the two that I really like, and they came in handy. One other thing, blackened chicken Alfredo is available all over the country by Zatarain's. It's got a kick to it, and it's an awesome entree, very good selling item, and I really look forward to it. But you have to do a little portion control there. So that's kind of, I ran into all the different foods. I used portion control with the scale. Let me go back to that scale. This is the scale that I use there to weigh all the food. Yes, I know it's inconvenient. I know it's a pain in the butt, but that's what I did with the food. And like I said, the walking and the stairs get you the high calories consumed, and then you go ahead and back it out with whatever you're eating. So I had a 2,000 or 2,200 calorie differential, and that's how I had the results pretty quick. Of course, you can do that. You can do that where you have a difference of 500 calories or 1,000 calories, and maybe you won't have those same results, but at least you'll be moving in the right direction. It's a great deal. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comments. Please like this video, share it with anybody that you think that this could help out. But for me, Fitbit really worked out. It was one of the best investments I ever made, and I really enjoyed it, and it worked out for me, and that's my story. So that that will that will do, and you take care. I will talk to you later down the road. See ya.